Welcome back to another episode of Times Radical. Today we'll be doing a Seiko mod. I hope everyone's doing well, treating yourselves well as others. And so let's just get right to it. I'm building a Samurai Seiko Mod Watch. Seiko Samurai model watch, but it's a modification. So a few months ago, I was walking around Chinatown down here in downtown San Francisco, and I saw one of those chronograph speed timers with the ceramic bezel. It's a new Seiko, and they had the one with a gold dial, so I just bought it. Paid about $700 for it. I could have got it on eBay for about $500, but I just got too excited and I wasn't really shopping around. It was an impulse buy, but it's really nice, and I'm glad I bought it off of the store owners because they're the real dealers, so that's good. But whatever. Then I was thinking, like, man, it's so much quicker to add to your watch collection when you're not buying Rolexes. And there's a lot of other cool watches out there. So I got into the Facebook Seiko mod groups, and I started seeing a lot of cool stuff. And then I was recommended through a client here who does his own modification watches. He needed some help, and we helped him finish up one of his mods. And I was like, this is really cool. And he introduced me to that site, NAMOKIMODS. So I do have a link in the description where you can buy Seiko modification parts to build your own Seiko watch. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So if you click that, you can direct you right to the site. But this one I actually bought on AliExpress because I wasn't familiar with Namoki, but it was definitely cheaper. I'm not sure how the parts go together. I'm pretty sure when you buy from Namoki, the parts are meant to go together. It's probably a little bit more organized than AliExpress, and the shipping's probably faster. So getting the dial, the hands, the movement, the case, and the bracelet from AliExpress, you're buying from different vendors, you're not sure how well they fit. But I was able to come up with a cool idea, and today I'm not wearing a watch, and I kind of want to go home with a watch. And I do want to show you the original Seiko, my AliExpress Seiko, and for another video I will be doing a Namoki mod. I want to do one of their watches that reminds me of a Dirty Dozen style watch. So that's what I'm talking about, and that's what I'm doing. So let's see this case here. The dial, it took a while to get these parts in. Coming from China, they got to go through customs and all that. So I chose this case, Seiko Samurai, and it has a little blue dot here on the crown, but I bet you when we peel that, we're gonna see a S logo. Maybe, I'm not sure. It's my first time doing a mod. I was kind of against it, but one of my buddies I grew up with, he's really into watches, and he got into it, and he modded one of his original Seikos, and he did a super cool job, so that was kind of cool. Got me a little bit into thinking I might do it. Then, I don't know, customers are coming in, they like it, and they do it also. But, so I got this, it comes with double-sided sticky tape, and with these parts on AliExpress, seemed like you could get the case, would come with the bezel, the crystal, the chapter ring, and the crown. On Namoki, you actually can choose what crystals, crowns, chapter rings, bezels, bezel inserts you get, and they come separately. You can still choose a lot of that stuff on AliExpress, but it'll just all come together already assembled. So this will probably be a fairly quick mod. I was worried I would need some more time for this video, but I think it might just come together more quickly than I originally anticipated. Then I got these hands, they're kind of like sword hands. And this design is definitely not derivative of, these aren't the hands that come on the samurai models, but I am a big fan of these hands, and we will get into them closely. I'm just setting up for you. Here's the movement. But you know what I really want to show you, and it comes with a stem. Really want to show you this dial. It's super beautiful. Nice blue, sky baby blue, you know. I don't know if you can see that, but I'll give you a closer look. Even glows really well. So the chapter ring I got on this, which is cool, is black with the red indicators every 5 minutes. And then my date disc is black on the movement. There's a NH35. And we got people bumping music on their motorcycles out here. It's November. And these movements are awesome. They're like 40 bucks. I think I probably spent $140, maybe a little bit less on this entire kit. Yeah, I guess some movement holders tucked back there. Haven't worked on a non-Rolex watch in so long, besides that Caravel video. But that was some light work. And the cool thing is, when I got this kit from AliExpress, I wanted to get the beads of rice bracelet. I never had a watch with the beads of rice bracelet. I always wanted to get one of those Enakar watches, Enakar Sherpa Guide GMTs, but they're like $3,000, and I don't really know if they're like reliable, you know? But those come with beads of rice, so I got my beads of rice bracelet. Might have to do some work to get this into the watch, but I'm super looking forward to this watch. I don't have a big wrist. I know this watch is big, but I think with this baby blue look, it might be good. It might be a good size color combo. And now it's the winter time, so we're wearing big jackets and sweaters, so I don't know, it was awesome when this bracelet came with some tooling, so it was nice to have a little hammer with a plastic tip. It's not expensive, you know, cheap stuff, but it's the thought that counts, you know. So about $140, get all this stuff, dial, hands, movement, case, bracelet. You know, should go together pretty good. I'm really curious about building one from Namoki because I like that you could customize the crystals and inserts, but you know, I was unaware of what they were doing over there, but they have some cool stuff, so I'm gonna check it out, and then I'll do a comparison video. I'll show you my Golden Panda speed timer Seiko with my Samurai AliExpress mod and my Namoki Dirty Dozen mod. But let me adjust this camera and give you a better view. So this is the dial I'm dealing with here. Like that orange lume. It glows green. I already checked it. And we got 6 dial feet here. So depending on what type of watch you're trying to mod, you can have the dial at different orientations. But this looks like it's proper with the date at 3 o'clock. You can maybe call this color Rodico blue. I don't know, but it's a great sky blue. I love the texture. It looks super good. And I think the lume on the hands match very well. Let's get a closer look. Let's do some QC. Very nice. So let's go a little closer with this QC actually. Yeah. That's the shot. Boom. So they did a pretty good job. It's looking really good. That is a nice dial. Super cool baby blue. So I'm gonna have to find which dial feet I need to take off, which dial feet to leave on. And I got these nice sword style hands. And they're kind of split down the middle. They have a nice bevel. One thing I was worried about is maybe these hands being a little too small for the case, but they don't look too small for the dial. So hour hand, minute hand, seconds hand. Basic stuff here. Case, looking good. You already saw that. Now let's see what's up with this blue thing. I do not know what's going on here. It's just to protect it. I was hoping there would be a little S logo there. Oh, well, it's still pretty cool. I don't know what to do first. And the movement. Now this has manual wind, whoops. And putting this thing together, I might change the position of the camera because I do not feel like putting this watch together with the camera in front of my face. So this stuff is not, original Seiko, but I believe from Namoki you're getting original Seiko. And actually I checked the prices and the movements are about the same. Some other stuff's a little more expensive, but quality might be better and they might fit, but it might fit better, but I'm not sure. That's for the next video, so I need to just calm down. very excited to build myself a new watch, add a new watch to the collection. As well as get into some other fun watch projects in the future. So let's get started. So first things first, I'm going to check the movement, see how we're running. Amplitude's good. 300, very nice. It's going a little slow, but that can be fixed later. Next order of business. I mean, this is such a quick check. This watch is going together tonight. But this is good timing. All the positions, a little slow right away. Amplitude's through the roof. That's awesome. And that's why people are really into these Seikos, because they just run so well and you can really have fun with them. So, first things first, dial in hands. This almost feels like it's gonna be a cakewalk, but I know better. This might not even get done tonight. So we got this plastic ring around the movement. The dial feet aren't even able to get through it, so I'm probably gonna have to take this off. This is just totally like sacrilege. Maybe. So what are dial screws? Dial clamps? How do we do it? That's the question, huh? It's my first time doing one of these mods. Or does it just get, pressed in with the watch? I don't want to start cutting these feet off. I do see some really nice holes in here though. I see a good, I see some holes and some cutaways. One there, could accommodate a dial foot. And there's some holes beneath those cutaways that can also accommodate the dial foot, so. Yeah. Okay, so I've identified the dial feet I'm keeping, and those cutaways on the movement are where the dial feet are gonna go, and the other holes are actually case screws. Or actually, they're threaded, so it's probably for a case screw, locking this movement into the case. This might not even be a one night video, you know, this might not be as easy as I thought. But we're gonna get as far as we can. So I'll show you here, actually. So this cutaway here will accommodate dial foot. And this one here will accommodate the other dial foot. And the window will line up right here with that 5. Now, we have these other screws. Well, we have these other holes. Here and there. I believe this hole has a recess over it for a clamp. This hole, I don't know, but it is giant. Same thing over here too. We have the cutaway for the dial foot, and then we have the hole that's threaded with the recess for the clamp. And then this giant hole here, you can see the date disc right there. So you probably don't want to be threading a dial foot through that. It's probably a reference point when they make the watch. So we got the recess for the dial foot, the threaded hole with a recess for the case clamp, and on the other side, we have the same thing over there. So that's what you can look forward to when you get started on your mod. Dates flipping, hands are turning, watch is winding. All right. Now when I put this on here to line it all up, I can see, boom. I gotta keep that dial foot. I'm gonna get rid of these two. Now, I saw someone do this on YouTube also, you know? I pulled this thing off. I don't know what that's all about. But I saw someone do this on YouTube. I would just snap these off. But this guy, he used a pin vise. Gripped them, twisted them off. So maybe we can do that, huh? I know. Remember I said I wasn't gonna do this with the camera in front of my face? I mean, these things are coming off like so easy anyways. Remember when I said I wasn't doing those with the camera in front of my face. But now I am. Oh, I just love that look. Oh, came off easy. Yeah. Good. Should I do that? Oh my God, that is clean. It's pretty fun too. All right, let's double check. Make sure I didn't make that age-old mistake. Maybe like that. Boom. Right through the recess, you know. Maybe I can put this ring on after and orient it in a way where it friction fits these feet. But let's look at this other side now. And it's just obvious, you know, which one we're keeping. It's that one. So I'll be taking those two off. The two that are closest together. Little family, ripping apart this family. Home wrecker. You know what I mean? Dial feet homes that wrecked. Ooh, that left a mark. Always does. Damn. See, I knew we were gonna do some filing in this video. You know, sometimes I want to do easy video, you know, but sometimes you gotta break out the files. Sometimes you gotta balance staff. Sometimes you gotta do something gnarly. But maybe we don't have to do it, but I might just do a little bit. I don't even know. Let's see how we're looking though. Let's see how we're looking at first. So yeah, things gonna move, right? I mean, there's nowhere for these feet to go except for in those little spots. And then what's this? There's no way it's supposed to be like that. I already looked. Doesn't go in like that. And like that. No way. I mean, that's cool. Is that might be what that ring's for. Oh my God. Maybe not, I'm tripping. Is that the little foot I ripped off? don't know, looking pretty flush. Except for there. Man. To break out the file, huh? I don't know. Seems a little funny to me. Has anyone ever done this before? Or do you know someone who's done this before? Maybe I got it all wrong, huh? Yeah, right there. So then the stem can go through there. The feet go there. And I don't have to file that. Yes. Last thing I want to do is file the dial. It's craziness. I know you guys want to see it though. Bam. So that's actually super cool. Now, if I could just get this, snap this onto the movement. Oh man, I'm gonna be so stoked. Oh yeah, look at that. That's what those things are. That's what those recesses are for. That's the goofiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God. That is no bueno. I'm gonna take a closer look. You guys, I can't believe you're making me do this. Can't believe I got in this crazy job with you guys. Jeez. Making me look bad. Touching everything with my hands. Yeah, I mean, it's not going any lower, is it? So I got all these tweezers here. This brass for some fine stuff. Nickel also for some fine stuff, but you can get a little rough. This you get rough with like screws and gnarly shit. Bracelet, rusty screws. These hairspring and also good stuff here. But we're gonna use this. We're maybe to snap this back in. I don't even remember this being on in that way, but I don't know. It was so. How do you do it? Oh no, I know. All right, that's a trip. Abort mission. I think it's something to do with the date disc. Yeah. So, something to do with the date disc. Dial feet are going through here, but these tabs need to be under the date disc. So I kind of blew it when I ripped this thing off, but I really did want to find, I did not believe that that's where the dowel screws went. But we're learning here, and you know, if you're watching this, you're probably going to do it yourself also. So I'm doing the legwork for you. But wow, this is a really nice movement. I mean, these are so cool. So, of course, I would rather not take apart this watch, you know? Don't want to be taking parts of this movement off. You know, I don't know what's gonna come loose if I take that retaining ring off. I have to take the date disc off to get this thing back on, and then put the date disc back on, or can I just like, can I just kind of cheat? Cheaters never prosper. That's what my mom always said. Okay, all right. We're gonna go for it again. I'm gonna slide it under because I don't want to take this date disc off. I just pulled this fucking thing off. Slide it in, slide, slippery slide. And somehow I knew it. Somehow I knew I was gonna be here for like an hour before getting anything done. You know, you gotta suffer the joy, you know. Slide it in, boom, I did it. I did it. That's good. Okay, we're back. We're back in action, all right? So, you know, Rodico can be your best friend sometimes. This little Rodico job. Date's still turning. Putting this dial on. So this dial's actually friction fit into this retaining ring. I kind of bent that dial foot. Okay, all right. Psh. Well, I made that more difficult than it needed to be. So much more difficult than it needed to be. Look at this thing, guys. Boom. That was unnecessary of me to take this ring off. But I had to get a good look. I want to see what we're working with. And it's like, we do have, you know, these holes with a recess, and that hole's threaded. And, you know, it just, oh no, here we have these holes threaded. Has a recess for the case clamp. Boom. I don't know, how is that supposed to work? We're gonna find out, but that's the cutaway for the dowel foot. It's friction fit with this movement ring. And the other one's over here. And this way, the case clamp goes there, it goes straight to a wall, you know. But yeah, I don't know. You could see why I would take that ring off. You know, I need to get a good look at what's going on here. But that thing's cool looking. I kind of scratched one of the numbers, but not really. Yeah, it was a 15, and you can't even see it, so. It was on the edge. So yeah, you could fumble around with this thing. What's up with that? It's like funny little texture. And they had a little bump right in the O of the Seiko. That's cool. Cool watch. All right, so let me show you what I do. Let me show you how I put the dial and hands on a watch. Okay, so let me show you how I put the dial and hands on a watch. God, this light is a little too bright, huh? I don't think any watchmaker has said that ever, but I'm not any watchmaker. So, what I'm gonna do, put in the hand setting position. You can see the cannon pinion, hour wheel turning. I'm gonna do it until the date changes. Boom, just like that. And that was good. It was like a half jump. It was like a half came down and then jumped. So you can actually get this pretty accurate. And you slow down. When you get something like that, you can slow it down. You can see it halfway jumping, you can slow the crown down. If it jumps fast, you might want to redo it, but that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I like that. I like that a lot. I don't know, I still got the auto module on this thing. I should probably take it off. I wonder if you just take that off with a screw. Screwdriver? probably like a clip or something. I'm so unfamiliar with Seikos. But you know, so if you're using a movement holder like this, and you're clamping down, wow, that's great, that's great. You know, the auto module could get in the way, but this is not. So we're good to go, we're good to go. 16 just flipped at midnight. Oops. I guess there's a stop spring, so the balance wheel did stop. I mean, we are gonna have to just, you know, Rodico the crap out of all this stuff. You know, when I'm doing a client watch like Rolex work, I'm not like this, but this is for fun, you know. So this is my watch. I know I don't rust anything with my fingers. I've had tools for over a decade that I've used that are steel, and I know that this is my thing. It's for fun. I'm not trying to get all crazy. Okay, so here we go. Date is rolling halfway. When we get that flicking, boom. All right, so we're gonna place the hour hand on at midnight. And yeah, like I said, it feels like we're good to go, like with this movement ring, like we're not obstructing anything, but I don't know, it doesn't feel completely stable. So I have a little parts container. And since we're pressing down in the center of the watch, you got good support with the center of the movement. So I'm gonna do that. But you know, I wanna make sure I do this right. I enjoy putting hands on a watch. So I don't wanna be looking at this through the camera. Okay, we're zoomed in. I hope you're focused. Let's do it. Date just changed, so we know it's midnight. Now let's see if these hands fit the post. Looks like these hands are gonna fit. I love doing this first try. Yeah, that's nice. Sometimes I only push it down halfway because I want to test it and make sure it's right. But this looks right. I can show you that before I push it down. So here we go. So you can see it's not actually, the hand isn't all the way flush to the post. And that is a tight fit. These parts are These parts are fitting nice. I'm really impressed, actually. Now here we go, date's changing. The 8 looks like it's got a little something on it. Dust. Oop, misprint. What? I didn't say that. I didn't say nothing. Okay, we're gonna go around again. Here we go, here we go. Look at that. That's cool. That's cool. We're flipping at midnight, yo. Flipping at midnight. That's what they call my band in high school. No, just kidding. All right. I'm pressing this thing down all the way. Flush. Turning it around again. I like to go 12 noon. I halt the hand at 12 noon. And then I'm going to put the hour hand on. Double check the midnight. Boom. You know, we're probably going to be a few minutes ahead of midnight when that date changes, but that's good. I like that. The hand is a little bit tilted up, so I'm going to make sure we lower that. Up. We are nice and level. Push it down a little bit more. Yeah, look at that, so good. This is a good look. Super happy with this watch so far. All right, so now we're at 12 noon. Time to put the minute hand on. I want to make sure this lines up. Some people like to do this at 6 p.m. That's when people are more checking their watch, but I don't know. It's all supposed to work, you know. The gears are all supposed to line up and be right, so. Ooh. All right, so let's get this minute hand on here. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing, but we're just tip-tapping around with these hands. This hand is tight. Tight fit. Tight fit. Okay, so got this hand pressed down. Take a quick peek. I'll show y'all. Yeah, and this is a first try situation. And this is ideal for me. I like it. I really like it a lot. I'm gonna press it all the way down, pop that seconds hand on, and show you what I'm talking about. It's like so much room, you know? I love it when the hands aren't, you know, like on top of each other. It's like there's no way these hands are touching, you know? Our hand's not touching the dial. It's not even close, but it's flat, level. Minute hand is parallel to the hour hand. And yeah, it's looking good. And there's plenty of room between all of them. This case is big too, so there's plenty of room under the crystal. So I'm confident that the seconds hand isn't going to be touching the crystal. You know, seconds hands can be tricky too. The posts could be pretty small. That's a tight fit, you know? Post could be small. Could mean that the hand doesn't go on all the way down. Then it could mean that the hand touches the underside of the crystal. And you gotta pull it off, and then you gotta broach the hand. Clean these up with some Rodico, but make sure that there's no debris. Sometimes Rodico can leave a little film also, but I mean, these hands are clean. I just pulled them out of there. They look good. All right, let me show you what's going on here. It's pretty good. Yeah, that's good. It really doesn't get much better than that. Look at that. 6 a.m. 9 a.m. This is 12 p.m. It's pretty good, pretty good. 3 p.m. We're lined up good. And now we go 6 p.m. See right there. See, I mean, what are you gonna say? It's off too much. Come on. It's good. 9 p.m. right there. And here we go. Date's halfway turning. Boom. All right. So we're about 4 minutes to midnight. Could be 2 minutes. Could be 3. Could be 1. Could be a minute after. Could be 3 minutes after. I'd rather have it just be 4 minutes before. You can see division. Let's take a look at this hand division right now. Yeah. Very even, very flat, very parallel. Yeah, look at that. Very even, very flat, very parallel. Coloring is so cool. Seiko style. You know what's really cool is the maintenance guy in this building changed the fluorescent lights, so we're getting a much more warmer look at work right now. I'm really really liking that. I'm really enjoying the vibe at work right now. It's pretty good. We got people singing outside. Seiko, let's go Seiko. Yeah, people are pretty funny, huh? Singing like that outside. That's cool. All right, so I'm enjoying this. I gotta prep the case right now. And then I gotta size the stem. So let's move on. Here's the stem I'm sizing. Put that in there. All right, it's kind of bothering me that this isn't in. I would like to put that in first, honestly. I don't know why, it should probably just go in last. Yeah, we'll do it last. So it makes it easy that that all this stuff came together, you know. And I could have even chosen a different case back. Definitely gonna want to grease these threads. Could do a display back. You could do a back with a logo. Could do a crown with a logo. Those are all things that I'm looking forward to doing. It's the first time I've seen this watch. But luckily for this mod, I don't have to do the crystal, you know. It's already in there. Okay. So I'm taking a look at these pieces here. There might be some, you know, factory oil on the parts. There's definitely some blemishes, but it's okay. I might do a display back. I might get one with the Wave logo. Those are pretty cool. But yeah, let's see how this goes in there. There's a gasket, that's nice. We got the crown. Yeah, I'm gonna do the insert after just so I know where it lines up with the click. I want the pearl and the click to all line up. I don't want to get ahead of myself here. Okay, so we gotta find the detent. There it is. and I'm gonna take a quick look at that. Okay, so the detent is right here. That's what's keeping the stem locked in. And it's connected to the setting mechanism. So in order to get that stem out, usually you put the stem in the setting position and then you get it out. But this is Seiko, they do things a little differently. I believe the setting mechanism is actually under the dial side. They're good, they're really great. They just do things different. So this, you put it in winding position, and right here becomes exposed, and you push down on that dimple and it lifts the detent, and then you can pull the crown out. So we're gonna orient the watch in a way where we're not messing with the dial. But I want to be pushing down on that detent, pulling the stem out. So there's the stem with like a dummy crown. We're gonna hang on to this. Could come in handy. Could need it if I cut the stem short. Could just use it on a different watch. I'm gonna take the crown here. I'm gonna thread it right on there. Let's see what type of crown we got here. I can push down on it. Yeah, so this crown is like spring loaded. And the crown and it's got this hex key. So you push it down. You know, you can wind and set the watch with that hex key, but it's also a kind of a clutch. Push it in, then you can turn the crown without turning the stem, and the crown has threads on the inside and it'll thread onto the tube. So that's gonna be cool. I would like to get a nice crown with a big S on it. But we're just gonna get this on there finger tight, and then we're gonna see how much material we have to cut off, because the stem's gonna be long. You can see the finishing job on this thing. What a trip. Okay. Let's do it. If you're not filming this, and it's not your first time doing it, I'm sure it doesn't take that long. But let's see if we need case screws or case clamps. I don't know. We're doing a Seiko mod. This is my first Seiko mod, guys. Whoa, whoa, mama. Whoa, Madma. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I get this oriented a little better. All right, so bear with me, guys. It's fully seated in there, but it's just off. I gotta turn it. And this is clampless. You don't need it. You don't need anything. This is just going together like so good. If only I had known. If only I had known, I could have done this better for you. Maybe you don't try that at home. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna do like a watchmaking blooper show. It's gonna be okay. So you can see how much we need to take off that stem now. Now it's like, I'm just so want this watch done. I just really want this watch done. So it's coming together. Fabio's Samurai Mod. Okay, I'm getting some Loctite. Now we got a fair amount to take off. I don't know, I'd say a centimeter almost of stem to cut off. So remember what I showed you about the detent? We got to pull it out again. Easy, just so easy, you know? I'd like to do more of these if I could. It's really cool when you get the crystals you want and all that stuff. So I'm not gonna take off a centimeter. Because I wanna go slow, you know? This is my only stem. We have the dummy stem, but I don't know. I don't know if that thing's even long enough to start with. I'm gonna get my little file out here. Get the burrs off. Get this into a nice cone shape. Okay, looks like it's in there. Let's see. Guess it went in pretty easy. Let's see where we're at. See, we still got plenty to take off, and that's okay, you know. Better to just take off a little bit at a time than regret it and your whole project and YouTube video is squandered just because you wanted to get the stem first try, you know. It's nice when it happens, but it's cold out here. Don't ever let anyone tell you that it's not cold, California. I mean, I know it's not. You know, we're not talking East Coast. I know. but it's all I'm saying is it's deceiving. That's going so good. Like this. I just got a cat the other day. Super shy. Anyways, so look at that. We're getting close there. I'd probably like this crown to be there. Then when I actually push it down, I can turn and connect with the threads. So I'm gonna take like 1 millimeter off. Then I could just file it into place, into the exact spot. But Seiko watches are a trip, I'm telling you, they're just... They're really cool watches. They look good, they work so well, they're affordable. They do have different grades, higher end ones. Grand Seiko, Seiko 5s, they're just... I mean, the dials on the Grand Seikos and the quality of the movements and the mechanical stuff, it's insane, you know. Then when you have these like NH movements, you can get all this mod stuff and have fun and have a bunch of watches and you can give them as gifts and you know you made it. Just keep them for yourself. Fuck it. Buy it, you know. I don't even think I clipped anything off. I think I just filed that time. Yeah, it's getting late. It's getting real late for me. I'm doing 2 hours. It'll be like a fail video. No, just kidding. So this is good. I'm glad to be here. Glad I'm spending time with you guys. I'm glad you're watching and sticking through with me. Glad I got some friends online. I got friends in real life too, but they're not into watches, you know? Or not as into watches. A few of them like watches. A lot of my friends subscribe to this. And you know, if you're not subscribing and you're liking this stuff, you should subscribe because I'm going for that silver play button, guys. I really am going for it. And you'll see some cool stuff. See some cool stuff in the next 5-10 years. Hopefully. Or some really sad stuff, but let's not go there. Let's think good stuff. Good stuff. Like, subscribe, let's go viral. Let's fucking do it. All right, we're screwed. Screwed down. Screwed down crown. Love a screw down crown, you know? That's how you know it's waterproof. We could even put this in the vacuum tester, see if see if it leaks. Oh man, that'd be so funny. I probably won't do that. I'd want to take the bezel off to do that. I might do it in another time. Okay, so we're good. Now let's Loctite that let's Loctite this stem into the crown. Just like that. Love Loctite. Saved my life. Actually, I'm pretty excited because this channel just got monetized, and I do YouTube Premium because I don't like to watch the commercials, and I cut my Spotify subscription because, you know, I like YouTube a lot more actually, and they have music, and it's just, I don't know. I just think you can just get more value out of getting the one channel instead of having two or watching the ads and only having Spotify. But yeah, so I'm stoked, I'm pumped. The channel got monetized. It's not making a bunch of money at all, but it's cool. And I was looking at my channel through web browser without being logged in, just so I could see what commercials play. And I got Loctite commercials up. Times Radical, you know, Loctite. We're repping Loctite on Times Radical for real. I mean, they're gonna pay me like $1 every 1,000 views, so. Thanks for that, maybe, I don't know. Unless you get YouTube Premium, then I hear if you got a monetized channel and you got YouTube Premium, you know, part of your subscription goes directly to the people you watch. And I think that's cool, and I watch a lot of YouTube. I love watching YouTube. Channel creation videos, I watch podcasts, I do music. It just almost saved my life, to tell you the truth. But what do we got here? Loctite the stem into the crown, put the fomblin on the base of the crown where that clutch is, because I want that clutch to be greased. And also I want the fomblin grease on that crown tube, the stem of the crown, to go into this tube where the gasket is, so that gasket's nice and lubed up. Now, let's do this, show ya. So we got this hex shape, which is good. And I've just lubed that up, Loctited it. And I'll even be lubing these threads here. Oops, slip that in there. Nope. I don't know, that clutch is a little false. That's kind of funny. Because like, I didn't cut the stem too short because it's clutching, but then it should not be winding, and it's winding the whole time I'm turning the crown in, which is fine, you know. But maybe when I upgrade the crown, it won't. Maybe it could do a better job. This is just your bare basics Seiko Mod, from what I've come to see. This is like a amateur hour for like Seiko Fabio. All right. So right now, stop the watch. Turn it on. See that right there? Boom. I'm gonna place the watch right here. With this little knob, and it's super magnetized, and that could be what was causing the timing to be a little bit too slow. And we got this thing here. I got the balance wheel stopped, demagnetizer, put it in. Press down on that button, pull it out. Then when it's away, I let go of the button. Then we come back here. Put it back on the tester. And that dial did not go anywhere. So very low magnetization now. We can regulate the watch before casing it. So let's see what kind of timing we're getting now. Amplitude's still good. Timing's a little slow, beat error is good. I suspect it's like this in all the positions, just from what we were checking out last time. Yeah, I mean, 300 this is incredible. We got a lot left to go, actually. I gotta fit the bracelet. All right. It's not over. And the hard part's just getting started, really. The whole movement, the whole dial feet scenario. Okay, so this is typical. Identify the stud right there. Regulating pins right there. This is a little indicator right here. We got that point. So I move these regulating pins that way. That arm is gonna go towards the plus sign, a little pointer. And we need to speed up the watch, so that's what we're gonna do. Make sure I'm very stable. Got a good touch. Just like that. Barely touched it. It's actually pretty tight, so I want to see what that did, if anything. $21,600. I thought it might be like 28.8. Yeah, it didn't really do much, so we're actually, we need to go a little faster. There we go, really moved it that time. Now we're going too fast. Now we're probably going too slow, but we gotta check. Gotta check. You can't just think you know you went overboard and go back. Yeah, too slow. Yep, that might be it. That might be it. That was a good little medium. Had to feel it out a couple times. I like when it's +1, +2. That's nice. That's super nice. Like that a lot. It's almost just 0 the whole way. It's probably +1. I'll flip the positions. See the watch. It's pretty good. We got a fast position here. No, that's okay. It's okay. It's all good. It's probably like +10. All right. So we got dial up about +1. We got 12 down, +1. We got crown down, +10. We got 6 down, probably +10. Crown up, let's see what we got here. It's about 0, it's about 1. Maybe 2 or 3, I don't know, we're getting it. That's good, that's really good. So this watch is gonna be on the fast side. If you say we're doing 5 positions, most of them are ±1 or 2. And then we got 2 positions fast, about 10. That's okay. That's good for me. That'll get me through the day. That'll get me through the week. I mean, these things got a great power reserve also. So I'm gonna case this up now. Then I'm gonna put that bezel on. I'm gonna put that bezel insert in there. Wow, look at that. What's going on here? All of a sudden just started to go real fast. Might be because of the way the seconds hand is, I don't know. All right, all this is getting long-winded, getting tired, getting burnt. Put a little fumbling in that channel. Drop in the case back gasket. Like I said before, I like to make sure that these threads are nice and greased. Put some in there like that. It's one for the road, huh? Maybe I can get a couple fingerprints off the rotor. Get this thing finger tight. Get that finger tight. We're gonna peel this adhesive off. I mean, that's what I believe it's supposed to do. Okay. You know, I like the Rolex ones. They're friction fit. You just snap them in. I really like that. I don't know anything about this. This is like, I don't know. It's like sacrilege to me. I mean, where did you get it wrong? Like, this isn't perfect, you know? It's actually pretty good though. It's not perfect. That's not bad though. That's good. I mean, geez. Thing is, when they're friction fit, I mean, that's pretty damn good. But when they're friction fit, like, you can pull it on and off. and just like recenter it. Look at that. That's gonna be crazy on my wrist, you know. This big watch on my wrist. Whatever. All right, let's go case this thing up. We'll go screw the case back down, get this bracelet on, size it. So let's case up this big boy, huh? All right. I think I screwed it down too tight. Emergency. Emergency. Screwed down too tight. Crown is bent. See that? I'm gonna snap the crown right off. Not cool, not cool. Seiko modders beware. This is what happens. This is what happens when you want to do something yourself, you know? Man. Who's freaking out? Me? I want this watch. You know? Okay. It's a little too tight. I mean, how can you... We're really loosen this thing up. Gotta do some recon, okay? Okay, so luckily the stem didn't snap. And go really gentle. Yeah, luckily the stem didn't snap. What happened was case back's getting so tight, it's pushing the movement, that movement ring down onto the movement, then it's turning the movement, and the movement's turning, and then the stem is going straight in, but when the movement turns, the stem wants to turn with it, but it can't because it's going through the tube, so almost lost it there, almost really blew this whole thing up. But now we're screwed down tight enough, we're doing all the functions, screwing it back onto the case. That was gnarly. Wow, that was some live action, guys. That was really something scary. So, I don't know. I kind of messed it up. So I can even tell now that I got the case back tight enough to where it's tight. It's not going to come off on its own, but it's going into all the functions, just not as clean as you would want them. And that crown isn't really clutching like it's built to. But, you know, this isn't a real Seiko. This is Seiko Mod. So let that be a lesson to you guys, you know. That's why it's a $150 Samurai. $139 Samurai. But time to do the bracelet. Let's get it. I'm dying here. Figuratively. It's getting late. I'm getting tired. I want to get this watch on here. I don't know how they do this. That's good. Right through the beads of rice. Yeah, sometimes you gotta get rough, you know. All right, let's see if we get lucky with this bracelet. This bracelet stuff, man, this can get weird. You know, like, bracelet came with its own spring bars. This came with its own spring bars, but the spring bars are gonna fit. Like, I wanna use the spring bars that came with the case. I might even wanna use like some like Rolex Submariner spring bars, actually. Trust that a little bit more. Yeah, I got some like used ones here. Decent shape. But I know so much less about Seikos, I don't even know if these are the right. Yeah, these are too small, so I guess we're not doing that. Huh? Yeah, I would get different spring bars. I don't know. These are actually probably better, these Rolex ones. Because these tips have, it's like throwing a hot dog through a hallway, you know? You're gonna get way more coverage with these. I don't know. Maybe the ones in the bracelet are better actually. We're gonna find out right now. See, that's when I use these rough tweezers. Yeah, look at that spring bar. That's a heavy duty bar, yeah. Maybe this goes in. Maybe this goes in. Is end piece game fitting these end pieces in, or just it's not fun, you know? This thing, yeah, like I said, nothing lines up. This is part of the job. It's like I don't know if we're... One of them's in, one of them's out. Do we gotta grind down the end piece? Do we gotta bend it, grind it? Like maybe break my thumb? No. Oh wow, this is a really good fit. That came out way better than I could have hoped for. The only thing is, this bracelet's big, so I gotta size it to me. And this isn't a samurai bracelet. I didn't want the samurai bracelet. I want a beads of rice bracelet. I think it's gonna be much more comfortable fit. But yeah, it's huge. It's a giant bracelet. Flip lock. That's cool. All right, so we gotta size this for me. Show you how to do it. This, then I'm gonna pinch. Now, I should probably take 4 links out, maybe even 5. But I'm gonna start with 4. And right now, the bracelet is pretty even. So I'm gonna do 2 from this side and 2 from this side. And we're gonna see where we're at. Now usually there's some type of arrow telling you the direction to push the pins out, or these pins actually have a nice marking on them so you know how they come out. I can actually show you that. It's nice it came with this because really gonna need it. So these bracelet pins, sometimes are actually folded. So it can be a little misconceiving because it looks like a screw slot. So you want to take your screw onto it. But and then see, here you don't even see the slot because it's been polished over. So this is actually a folded pin. It's folded over and it's pushed through. It's pushed through this way. So you actually need to push it back out the way it can. You push it out this way and it comes out like that. This is a wider side, and then this is the side that the fold is in. So let's do it. Let's get a couple pins out of here, huh? Actually came with his own pin pusher and hammer, so I'm gonna use those. do this one. Oh no. There we go. Since we're taking 2 out, go here. See that? That's why you got to be careful how you take them out, because it looks like a screw head, but it's not. It's a folded, it's a folded bar. So we did it. We got it out. Oh no. No, we're doing good. We're doing good. Now, when you put it back in, you gotta flip it over. Put it back in folded side down. Get it in there. And I actually like my pin pushers better. Of course, I cut the tip off of my pin pusher to make it nice and short. It doesn't bend or fold. I gotta hit this with the hammer just right, and I like my hammer. It's a part of watchmaking where it's good if you work with some people, you know. People can, you know, give you a hand. Okay, that's in. It's in a little deeper than the rest. But now we gotta take 2 out of this side. So we identify that this is the side that we are not trying to push out. It's hard to tell with this because it's polished. But if you look closely, it looks like a little screw slot. So we're putting it like that. And these ones aren't all the way through like that, so you know that's what happened. Make sure it's nice and lined up. Right here. It's not coming out because it's hitting the plastic, so yeah, there we go. There's holes and hollow stuff in that plastic need to abide. The dude abides, huh? Whatever. and you're having trouble, I'd take them out like this. Boom. That one didn't come quite clean out. There we go. Boom. So we're going to reinstall it like that. And get one of these pins. Right in there like that. Put it in there. Get my favorite pin pusher. Here we go. Pretty clean. Not too bad. Now let's see how this fits the wrist. That's a nice clasp though. Okay, so let's set this time. What day is it today? Now this is how I like to set the watch. We can take a look at the work. I really hope you guys enjoyed this journey with me. Today is the 10th of November. I don't know if I'll have this video out before Thanksgiving, but if I don't, I'll be thinking about you. And I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. So when I set the watch, today's the 10th, I'll usually set the watch to the day before the actual date. And then boom, I watched it go around. Boom. So that tells me it's 10 midnight. That would be like this morning. Then I roll it around. That would have been noon. And now it's 8:20 p.m. And now we know it's p.m. and we know that our date won't be changing at noon. It'll be changing at 12 midnight instead of 12 noon. Screw down the crown. Did we lube those? We need to actually lube these threads on the crown and tube. Those need some lube. Just like that. Yep. Here we go again. This is something you gotta be careful with. That case back screwed down a little too tight, but I want the case back to be tight. But I don't want it to be tight enough to where it interferes with the setting of the watch. So I have the watch in setting position, push down the crown to screw it down to the case. And there must be a little bit of tension in there, a little friction, so stem isn't completely free, but it will be free. It does move, just not as easy as you would hope to, with the case being as tight as you would like as well. So just had to find a little balance. It is now 8:23. Now we're gonna make sure, winding position. Now we can just screw it down. So let me know what you think in the comments. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Going for 100,000 subscribers. I know I'm only at about 1,000 right now. Next goal is probably 20, but the real goal is a silver play button. But it's all good. It's all good if I don't get there. I'm doing it anyways. YouTube's really fun. But I love this knurling on the bezel. Can really take a good look at it with me now. Beads of rice bracelet, super comfortable. This is a good watch, you know. This is something that you wear and it really shows like you're a watch guy, you know. I think I got the coloring right. Black chapter ring. The little red, interesting. There's nothing else red on the watch, but chapter ring's black, date disc is black, dial and hands match. The dial and hands, the hands are actually a good size. I thought the hands would be too small for the case. We got the blue dial, the blue and gray bezel insert. Super cool faceted lugs. I like that the lugs aren't too long because the case is already so big that it wraps around the wrist and drops down over the sides of my wrist without being too long. This bracelet's cool. Never had a beads of rice. I like it. The Sumo bracelet is super chunky, so I didn't want this heavy case to have a chunky bracelet. I thought it might irritate my wrist, so I got a nice flexible woven bracelet to go around my wrist on this big heavy watch. I like I think the brush polish and the high polish matches pretty good with the bracelet as well, and the knurling and the textured dial match each other also. So that's what I was kind of looking for. Also the loom matches, that was important to me. So just a few things to get this mod personalized. And I always like the sword hands. And for a samurai, I think they use swords. So this is a great Seiko mod for me. I did take a lot of time to think about what I wanted. I saw a lot of examples online, Facebook, went to the Namoki website, went to Seiko Mod pages on Instagram, and I really saw what I wanted. I do want to get another one. I would really like to do another mod. I want to do a Dirty Dozen style watch. I think that would be super cool. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. And I'm pretty excited about this watch. So you can follow me on Instagram, times_radical. If you want to build a watch, you can use my link in the description from Namoki. You can get some ideas. You can also check out AliExpress. This ended up working out pretty good for an AliExpress mod watch. Except for that screwing down that case back really almost blew it for me, but luckily I caught that. So thank y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and stay radical. Times radical.